Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going over a game between Magnus Carlsen and Vishy Anand. It starts off with d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight out, bishop out, pinning the knight to the king, and we have e3 by Magnus Carlsen. Vishy castles already on move 4, and then we have Magnus defending his knight with his knight. Then we have d5, striking in the center by Vishy, and Magnus decides to kick out the bishop. Vishy goes bishop back, and we have pawn takes in the center, and knight takes back. Magnus defends his knight. We have Vishy developing his other knight, and then we have g3 by Magnus Carlsen. Vishy also plays his pawn forwards, ready to fianchetto his bishop, just like Magnus. Then we have knight takes in the center, pawn takes, and then Magnus threatens the hanging pawn. Vishy defends it with the fianchettoed bishop. Now we have bishop out, and then knight develops even more. So Magnus castles, and we have rook over by Vishy. This is all just probably theory. They probably know all this already. And we have rook over by Magnus and pawn forward. I don't think that's the best move. So he probably doesn't know what he's doing right now. So he's probably doing it off the mind. So it will take them a lot longer to do their moves. So bishop takes, rook over, and queen out. We have knight jumping to the center, and bishop out, and queen threatening this pawn now. And Vishy tries to defend it with the rook, but then Magnus tries to start adding some attackers to the center of the board. So he pushes f3, and now Vishy tries to defend it, but then Magnus does it anyways, e4. Now pawn takes, and Magnus's center right here is very strong. He could push, he could just leave it here. They're all defended really well, and Vishy is gonna have a tough time combating this, especially because his pawns aren't doing much. He lost both of his center pawns, and Magnus has both of his center pawns. So Vishy drops his queen back. We have pawn forwards, pawn takes, Magnus takes the queen, Vishy takes back, and Magnus realizes that he's in a winning endgame after he trades the knight for the bishop, and then he takes back. Now he's a bishop for a knight. That could be why he's winning, but it's also because it's such an open position. And he pushes the pawn. I thought he was going to take there, but it might have been a trap or something. And now we have knight back, bishop takes, rook back, rook c7, Magnus. Rook c7 is such an amazing move. He's so good at endgames, it just amazes me every time I watch one of his games. Vishy tries to make some counterplay of his own, but to his dismay, it doesn't work. And in this position, he resigns because Magnus is just going to push this pawn, stop his own pawn, and there's really nothing that Vishy can do in this position. Please subscribe, it really helps out the channel.